Okay, we should be good to go. So tonight, hold on, it's echoing me. Okay, so tonight we're going to do things a little bit differently. First of all, I just want to say, gosh, how unbelievably thankful and blown away and in shock I am. If you didn't see my post I just put up, we just passed $500,000 in sales in 23 days, which I can't even form words. I'm going to try not to cry because I always cry, but I can't even thank you guys enough for your hard work. To say that you're a part of something that accomplished that, and this team is only 7 months old. Like, that's incredible. Like, that does not happen. That is absolutely amazing. So just thank you guys for your hard work and your love in this tribe and your dedication and what you guys do every single day. That is not just like my sales number. Like, that is y'all. Like, that is 100% what you guys do every day. And this is so much bigger than us, and that's what I love. So tonight, what I really want to do to pour into you guys is we're going to interview, super simple, casual, a couple people who I think can really help you. Like I said, always, you're probably sick of hearing me talk. So I love to bring new people on who are having success or doing really well with certain things so that you can hear what they do on a daily basis, get their ideas on stuff. So I'm going to interview 2 people. We have Lindsay doing 2 people, I think. Megan's going to do somebody just super quick, asking some questions. Take notes. This is going to be great. Like I said, just to hear new people. So I'm going to start with Kelly, and I want to preface that Kelly has a really unique story with joining, and what she's done in not even the past week is insane. I think she hit 4K in like 2 days, which I don't even know if that's possible. But we've been in contact for 6 months. She messaged me when I first started. She was interested, but it wasn't her time. And you guys always know that I'm talking about signs and God and the universe, and you have to listen to when your time is right and trust in the process and your journey. And that's exactly what she had to do. So she kind of took a break. She was in the past gig, a lot of us were, and she took a break. She didn't, she kind of let that trickle out, and she didn't join right away. And she stayed for 6 months watching, and, we'd be in contact every month or so, but nothing crazy. And when that time finally hit for her, she hit the ground running, and it's been incredible. So I do want to ask, I know a lot of people, especially with these bonuses this month, have been asking like what the key tips are to hitting 4K fast. So I want to ask you first that, like, what do you think is the most important, and the importance of those big packs? Because I think that is so important, how like you talk to people about them and you explain them with the sampling and what they should use, and like literally how quickly, if you can get people on 400 packs, like you can be 4K in 2 days. Like, it can be incredible. So just start out with that, with like your biggest tip for going 4K and kind of how you introduce that pack and like why you think it's so important. And then I'll ask you another question.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So when I was going to enroll, I had no plan on spending $400. And when I was looking at the packs, I had no idea even what it cost to get in, other than I knew it was around $200. And so when Em sent me her link and I was scrolling down through looking at the different packages, I saw the 400 pack and I was like, okay, wait a second. Like, what all am I going to get in this? Is this actually better? So I texted her. So like Em never's like, hey, you should come in on a 400 pack because that's better for you. She just said, here's my link, go ahead and enroll, pick a pack. So I was like, okay, how many samples realistically can I sell in a 400 pack? Because I have a feeling I'm going to sell a lot. And she was like, how many is a lot? And I was like, I think I'll sell 10 to 15, in like my first week or two. And she was like, well then, yeah, in a 400 pack, you get this many samples. Plus it's double volume right now. So you spend 400, your volume shows 800, that gets you off on a fast start. And so I looked at my husband and I was like, okay, babe, like if I'm going to restart, if I'm going to join a new company, I'm going to go all in. Like, I already knew I was going to go all in. And so I feel like with me spending 400, like there was no messing around. There was no like, oh, I'm just going to dabble in this, I'm just going to see what happens. It's like, if you're spending $400, like you better work that business to make that money back. So the best thing about the 400 pack though is that like your product comes in 2 days. I immediately started posting about samples and got people interested. So yes, my story is slightly different because I came from another company. But I stayed active on Facebook the entire like 7-8 months that I was kind of like inactive in the business. And I just got so excited about the product. And so I had something new. I knew people were going to be interested. I just dripped on them a little bit, didn't tell them exactly what it was, just said, hey, I have samples, like basically who wants one? Use my Facebook stories. And I sold 16 sample packs in 3.5 days. And so guys, sample packs are just so huge because like with the customers feeling it on their first day, like they immediately feel good and they immediately want it. And so I signed up, got my pack 2 days later, got my sample packs out immediately. I started getting in my car and just driving around to everybody locally to get them their product because I knew that they would feel it on the first day and then I could sign them as customers. And then you guys, like when you're talking to your team, again, like do what's best for them. Like I never said, hey, you need to come on a 400 pack because that's best for me. Like I looked at my girls who were coming in with me and I was like, okay, how many samples you guys going to sell? Like if you're going to sell a lot of samples, get the 400 pack. You're going to make all your money back plus some. You're going to sign customers from that 400 pack. Your volume's going to go up. So we just kind of did what duplicated. We have plenty of people come in around the 200 mark too, but I'm so glad I came in on the 400 pack and had all the samples that I needed to get those out into people's hands right away.
Absolutely. And I feel like a lot of people, and even with you, like I hadn't ever talked to you about the 400 pack. You were just like, I think that's what I want to do. And I was like, oh, okay, awesome. But like, I feel like you cannot be afraid to tell people about it because you never know. Like when you break it down like that and you explain like, hey, you're going to get it for yourself. You're going to have that to make in samples while still having product to use yourself. Because I know so many people that sign up and then literally in like 4 days, they're like, okay, I'm like, I have to order more product because I sold my samples and I have nothing to take. So don't be afraid to talk to people. Don't be afraid to tell them about that double volume because that is huge for 4K. Like you're literally almost at $1,000. So don't be afraid to talk about that and just tell people about those packs. And if you ever need help, like she said, with how many samples it gets you, like what all comes in the pack, don't be afraid to do a 3-way chat with your enroller. But something you did just touch on, which is huge, and I kind of want to have you just like speak some life into them about that, is she said, she obviously was with the previous company that a lot of us were with, and she took that break. So we'd been talking for about 6 months, but for 7 to 8, she'd kind of stopped working that business, but she stayed active on social media. And something I want you to talk about, because I know that when, rock stars like you come in and you promote super fast, people are like, how in the heck does somebody promote that fast? Like, how do they people interested that fast? And I just want you to talk about the importance of like understanding that building a following on social media does not happen overnight. Like you didn't just wake up and like sign all these people and go 4K and do this and that. Like you have taken the time to build a following and to keep your social media active. And even when you weren't working a business, you were still sharing your life. And I feel like a lot of people think it's immediate or like, how does it happen? So just talk about the importance of like the fact that that does take time and it's worth it in the end, but you have to stay consistent with like sharing your life too.
Yeah, you guys totally for sure. And like my team did all of the work. Like the rock stars that I brought in, there's already so many on here. Like it's because we stayed in contact. Like I'm not a bridge burner. So there's people in my past who, we might not have seen eye to eye on, but I never ever burned that bridge because like you guys, we build relationships here. Like this is a people business. You have to love on people. And so when I was starting to feel like I had to take a step back, I knew that the worst thing for me to possibly do was just to like go MIA on Facebook if I ever wanted to do something like this again. Like it ruins your algorithm. It ruins people's trust in you. Like they stop. Like I knew kind of strategically that I had to almost stay in people's minds if they were ever going to give me a chance at this again. And so I had so many fears of, am I a one-hit wonder? Like, did I have one good run in my company and then that was all it was worth? But, I just kind of trusted the process. And I was just so grateful that Em did not she wasn't in my inbox every month being like, hey girl, you ready to come join me? Like, hey girl, you still thinking about this? Like she knew I was thinking about it. Like, let's be real. I already told her when the time is right. And, if I feel good about this, I'll come to you. Like basically we were just straight up. I love that we had that communication. Like, don't be in my inbox. Don't be begging me to come. And you guys kind of have that same attitude. Your rock stars are out there and they're probably watching you and stalking you. There are so many times that I was not allowed to comment or like on Em's things, even though I was following her because I didn't want anybody else to know that I was still following her. So I was creeping the whole time. And so it's just, you have to stay consistent. There are so many times I forced myself to get on Facebook and post about something dumb I did throughout the day, just so that I was still always there. I didn't want to disappear. I knew that if I was going to give this a real fair shot again, a second time in network marketing, that my presence on social media that I'd worked so hard for 3.5 years, basically, I couldn't let that disappear. And so I just had to stay at it. And I'm so thankful that I did, because looking back now, I feel like everything that's happening right now in my business and all the rock stars and just the absolute explosion we're having in the fire is because we all stayed connected. We all stayed loving on each other. We all still supported each other. And we were just, we're just on fire together.
Yeah. And like you said, it took you 3 years on social media to have that following, to have those people that you have that trust with. And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. And like she said, I wasn't following up with her all the time, like once a week or anything. Like we probably talked once a month or once every other month. But coming from a business standpoint, and because I know what it takes to grow a business, I knew that because she was still posting on Facebook, like her time was going to come. And I was like, she's not giving up on it. Like, I know if she's meant to be with me, she's going to come, like it's going to happen, because I saw that even though she wasn't in a business at that time, she was still staying consistent. When she posted about her kids or her day or whatever it was, I was like, she's being smart. Like, I know that she's keeping this going. So just know that it takes time and that it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, she's serious. Like, I literally, when like I told Dustin she signed up, he was like, cool, can she unblock me now? And I'm like, yeah, she can. Because she had to kind of hide around it, but she didn't give up on that social media following, and she kept those relationships. So know that to get to that point where you have momentum and you have those people that trust in you, it takes time. You know, she said 3 years. I've been in network marketing for 2.5 years. It doesn't happen overnight, you know, but what if you don't give up on it? Like, what if you keep going for that amount of time? It's so worth it. Like, I don't care that it took me 2.5 years to get here, because every second of every day of not signing people or losing rank in my past day, like it was worth it for what it is now. So know that it takes time, and that importance of building your social media and building those relationships. The last thing I want to ask you super quick, just because I love to ask people this, I feel like people are always super curious. What are 3 things you do that like you hold yourself accountable to do every single day to grow your business? Like, what's super important for you?
Okay, so super important is connecting with my team first and foremost. You guys, like when your team is feeling lost, when your team is feeling overwhelmed, like they're more likely to like drift off and start thinking that this isn't for them. And so the first things first, I get in my group chat. I'm like, hey guys, you know, some people say happy Monday. Like, how's everyone doing? Maybe send an inspirational video that I watched. Just kind of check in with people. But I like, you have to have that team connection. Like, if they think that you're distant, then they think that you don't care. And if they think that you don't care, then it's easy for them to walk away. So just let them know that you're here for them. Next thing I do is I go straight to my inbox, but I'm new right now. I have not reached out to a single person about this business yet, just because I just announced it last week, and I still have questions of where'd you go? What are you doing? What's the product? And so I immediately get into my inbox from overnight and answer all those people immediately. But I mean, I am kind of, this week has just been crazy. Like, I haven't really had time to do anything. And like, I'm not going to work like this all the time. Like, I'm not going to put in 14 hours a day every single day. Of course, like we told each other, like, that's not freedom. Like, I'm not going to be glued to my phone, but like right now I kind of have just been glued to my phone, just because like the fire is here, the momentum is here. I want everyone to feel good. I want everyone on the same page. And like, if you guys are like thinking about our story and you're like, well, I'm not brand new, I don't have that fire, I didn't come from company, somebody could be watching you who is coming, like who's been stalking the whole time, was just waiting for that perfect time. And so like, volume adds up so quickly in this company. I'm completely blown away by just like how fast things can happen. And so like, your rock star could literally be sitting there watching you, waiting for you to make one more post until they're like, okay, that's it, I'm in, like sign me up on a 400 pack, my whole team's coming with, let's go. So I mean, I guess for the third thing, like, I don't really know. This week has just been so crazy. My team is just, they're kicking butt. Like, I feel like when I light myself on fire, even when I don't feel like it, my team feels the fire, and then they light themselves on fire. And then it's like this circle of just like, everybody's just like, boom, 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 just like cranking it out. Like, we like vibe off of each other, celebrate each other's wins. And like, all of a sudden it's just like this big, like, we're all new together. We're all so fresh. And I think that makes it like so much less scary and way more fun, that like, we all kind of don't know what we're doing yet. We don't know really what we're saying yet, but it's working. So we're just going to keep on going.
Yeah, no, that fire and what you feel, like, never be afraid to pour that to other people. Like, even I'll go to the gym and I'll listen to a podcast, and like, it'll hit me. And whether I know that one person's going to connect to it or 100, like, I'll still post it in the team page, or I'll still post it in a team chat. So when you get that fire and you get that feeling like, holy crap, I'm pumped up right now, do not be afraid to pour that into other people. Like, that is when you need to go and love on your team. And part of what I do every single day, that like I'm holding myself accountable to. I talked to Travis about this a couple of weeks ago, because I know that when, you know, teams grow bigger and bigger, it's super hard to connect with people every single day, because I am just one person. But something I committed to myself was that, you know, every single day I'm going to do a reach out, whether it's somebody that's been working really hard, whether it's somebody that's been enrolling like crazy, somebody I know is having a hard time. Like, I make sure every single day to personally message one person on the team and love on them, you know. And for me, that might not be income producing, but I know that giving love to those people, like, people need that and people appreciate that, and that helps to light their fire, and that's where momentum comes from in business. So I freaking love that. Thank you so much. I know it's been a crazy week and you're still adjusting, but I know how important it is with that momentum. So I just wanted to ask you those. Thank you. Next, I am going to talk to Amanda super quick, and then I'm going to pass it over to Lindsay to interview a couple people that are in her downline. So Amanda is incredible. Amanda is going 40K this month, and I love her to death, but I also love her journey in this company, and also about trusting in your timing and knowing when it's your time to run like crazy. I know that she had a very, very hard first trimester and was extremely sick, and it's hard to work a business. It's hard to do things when you feel like that. And I want you guys to know that even if you feel like you've kind of stepped back or things have kind of plateaued, like you can still jump in and like have that momentum happen again, because that's exactly what she did. She was, I know, so incredibly sick. And this month she just recommitted to herself. And I'm going to let you say how many customers you've signed because it's incredible, but I kind of want to focus on that, just what you did to recommit yourself to it. And then what you've been doing every single day to sign as many customers as you have been, because you've been on freaking fire.
Yeah. So it's funny because, I did the bare minimal for probably 2.5 months. Let me just say, attraction marketing was not my cup of tea when I wasn't feeling good. And so I just had to work with what I could. And, I don't know. I think I like woke up one day literally and was like, my belly's huge, by the way. We make big boys. So it's like I have a ticking time bomb in my stomach, and I'm like, oh my God. Like I woke up, I felt better. The nausea was just pretty much gone. It's so weird. Like I think it was like 15 weeks. And I didn't just catch fire right then, but this month I did watch the conference via video or whatever, and that really helped. And then just getting settled, we also moved and stuff. And I don't know, something about this month, I think I find myself in my grind. So a lot of people are really big on self-development and stuff like that, but I am too. And my self-development sometimes is just working out. And I absolutely love like all the, hustling. Like I tell everybody, stay close to the fire, like watch these live videos on Hustling Thrive Tribe, because you guys go on there when you're feeling incredible and you're got the mojo going. So I might listen to a live video every morning, and literally, I think for me, I like the calendar. Here's mine, but like it's visual. Like I can see, have I talked to enough people to like have a day where I have at least 3, 4, 5 people in my calendar a day. So that's a tip I have. And if I talk to someone, I usually try to get a date so that I can put them in my calendar. So I think for me, just realizing that time is short, the momentum's crazy right now. Why in the hell am I sitting on my ass? So I don't know exactly what happened, but something clicked. And the first thing that got me excited was the 25 and free product credit. And I watched Katie Pineda, I think is how you say it, her video about the $4,000 bonus, and something with that really made sense to me. And then I just saw a couple things other leaders were doing. And I don't know, the first thing that got me fired up, I put a before and after on my page, and I hadn't done that in forever. And I know that a lot of people don't like before and afters, whatever, but that kind of sparked it, the excitement of getting more conversations in my inbox. And then I just took that to anybody who had showed interest before and did mass follow-up. So far, I think I've signed over 70 customers, and I lost track because I started shoving them under people that were like going for their VIPs, and I run 3 family accounts actively, trying to get my dad's 12K, and just got my husband's 12K done today. And so yeah, I lose track, and I forgot to I write down my calendar, but I forget to write my enrollments down. So, but I think the biggest thing for me is I make the rules of the conversation. If they're coming to me, they're interested, or if they're commenting on a post or they're voting on my story, unless it's an accident, they're interested. So I literally keep it short and sweet and base it on emotion. So I'm pregnant, and so instead of letting that stop me because I don't have personal results, I just kind of borrowed like what my friend said about the product, and I just like have like a little script. Literally, I'm back to, I used to do this all the time with my old company, but I want to have a lot of conversations per day in a super short amount of time because I'm a mom. And so I am back to doing text replacement. I have literally 3 little blurbs about the Balance product, was one of them. Probably 3/4 of my stuff has been Balance, and then the rest has been 3-step. But it's just crazy how if you just simplify it and you have those first couple conversations that go really well and you slam dunk the sale, then you just need to duplicate that process. So I've just been duplicating. And so I put that sucker on text replacement, and I don't know, like I probably sell an average of 4 to 6 customers a day lately. And they're not big orders, but the thing is, what Em says too, is it adds up, and I'm building that relationship, and they're getting back to me and they're giving me referrals. So that's really cool. So, but anyway, I take their order. I don't have anyone place their order on my website, so that might be different than a lot of you do. I feel like they're coming to me, they're interested, so I kind of lay out the rules. So I tell them, like, actually, I'll just read you my thing. Just one part I feel like has really helped me.
Right.
Okay. So I'll just say something super short, like the Balance one is what started the momentum. And then I just continued on with the same, like, always an emotion about how I feel about the product or what it's done for me. And then from there, I'll put some urgency in it. So I just say, like, for the Balance, it was my secret weapon when I wasn't pregnant. You take it every night and it rids your body of pollutants and toxins. I swear it's amazing. I wake up and feel so much better. Literally inches felt like they were melting off, right? And I got a little bit of phrasing of a friend who's currently on it, and I kind of borrowed it. But that's like all I say about the product. If they ask like what the brand is or anything like that, then I'll just send them the PDF. And they look at it, they might Google it, they might do whatever they do. But after that, if we ping pong back, I'll just say, hey, look, I'm placing a few orders if you'd like to give them a go. I'm applying free product credit. It makes them 15 for the month supply plus shipping. It's a first come, first serve type of thing. So I put some urgency on it. And then they ping pong back. I'm like, oh yeah, well, I think I want it. And so I go ahead right then and there. And I just say, I can get your order placed. I need to, and then apply my discount. And then I'll give them my phone number. If they prefer text, send me a message with your name, phone number, email, address, payment card expiration, 3-digit code. And then something like, I can't wait for your feedback. And literally, like, I get texts all the time, and it's just people plopping their info. And my skeptical people, I don't even mess with them very much. I don't send my link out. I think that if they want it, I just offer them to get on the phone with me or a FaceTime. And if they don't want to take that step, they're not interested anyway. So that's what I've done. I've taken all the orders myself. And that way too, because I run multiple family accounts and I want to help people hit their VIPs, I can enroll them on whatever link that I need to enroll them to hit the goal that we're trying to do. So
well, I remember I was like on my back office and I was like, who in the hell is Bill? And why is he enrolling so many? And she's like, that's my dad. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was my dad. So his PPA, just him alone, is like 60 or something. Yeah,
that's absurd.
So
I think that the key with what you're doing is the confidence. And I know that we are like huge relationship builders and we're all about that attraction marketing. But when it comes to this $25 off credit and you're pushing for promotions, it's okay to have that be a numbers game in a sense. It's okay to have that confidence and close those sales. And my favorite thing about that credit, even with small orders, is the relationship that you can build afterwards. Because like she said, she's getting referrals. People are messaging her saying, oh, this is how
I've gotten probably 7-8 referrals, and it's been great. And I haven't taken the credit. I've put the people under the people that referred them. So some of my people are already set up for free, $40 in free product credit, because I've already had one girl give me 4 referrals. And so she's set up for next month for her free product credit. So it's cool because she already got this great deal on Balance this month. Well, she can order, something else next month, so it's cool. And then I sold some 3 steps off of it too, because I'm like, oh, well, maybe $15 is their sweet spot. I have a lot of product right now. So I'm doing the 3 step for 15. So I'll just, once we build that relationship, I'm coming back to them. Once they've gotten their product, they've been on it a couple days, I'm coming back to them and saying, hey, this is just a plus line product. Like, what do you think about this 3 step? And it's been amazing for me. And I'll tell them something about myself that, something about energy or something like that. So, that's pretty much it. I try to have, as many conversations per day. I feel like my newbies have 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 and they think that that's going to do it. But just to remember, it's a numbers game. And I was so afraid to use before and afters, but to be honest with this special, I think it's a good idea. And then I put one on Instagram and it went really well, but then I just deleted it the next day, so I'm not really that worried about it. And then also, I'm putting people on my calendar for their payday. I think that's huge. And my calendar kind of gives me visually, lets me know, have I talked to enough people? Do I have at least 3, 4, 5, 6 people written on each day? And I already looked and flipped over to next week and I have 3 people for the whole week. So I'm like, well, I guess I better talk to some people this weekend. So that works for me.
Yeah, no, I love that. And like I said, I feel like we are sometimes trained to be very anti before and afters, because I was scarred and I was like, you better bet your butt, you're not going to see a stomach on my timeline ever again. But when you have this product credit and it's that inexpensive for them to order certain things, know that you can do that. Whether it's just on your story, and you can upsell the heck out of that. Get them on, whether it's Balance or one product or this or that, and send them samples of the other offers. And that's going to turn into a customer that's going to keep ordering, and you can flourish that relationship from there. But what I love with her is just that confidence, and that's what is sealing the deal for her. You don't give people a choice. If they reach out and they are interested and that's what they want, if you have that confidence, you have to kind of direct the conversation. And that's where you do have to step into that salesperson aspect of it. And I can't find this one account. Hold on. And I always talk about how important confidence is. And if you can go in there and you make them feel confident in what they're doing, and you're like, look, this is what it is. This is how good I feel. You need this. Let's do it. It's this inexpensive. Just close the sale in that manner. And it's going to help a ton. So thank you. I had to ask because I know you've saved.
I feel like it's just I think that we make it too difficult. And sometimes I enjoy that our team is really big on not cold messaging and all these things. But I think for me personally, I was in my own head trying to think of myself oh, I can only do it this way. And, I feel like crap a lot of the time still. And I'm just trying to make as many relationships, have as many conversations as I can. And for this particular special, I've just seen an absolute, I don't know how much volume I brought in personally just in customers, but it's been incredible, because then my teammates see, that, hey, she's back, she's at it, I was slow the last couple of months. And to go from barely maintaining 12K to 40K this month, I don't know, we're 9,000 away now, but, it's huge. You got to be confident and you got to attack. So find yourself in massive action, obviously keep doing self-development and stuff. But for me, it's the massive action where I have my light bulb moments and I'm like, oh, this is working for me. It's just trial and error. And then when you find something that's your golden goose, just duplicate the heck out of it.
Yeah. So. And we just had somebody ask about do you know the people that are giving you their credit card? And normally
so that's another thing. I want to tell you guys too, a lot of people, maybe they don't like this or they're afraid of it, but quit being afraid, because I've been taking people's information, not just for the sale. I've been doing it for 2 years. Like, I voice memo to make connections, not for this particular thing. I haven't voice memoed much, but if someone says like they fear to give me their info, I actually have a voice memo saved under my thing if it's through Facebook, and I'll go ahead and say like, I'll tell them why. I'll tell them, normally you could just hop over to my website and place this order, but I really need to apply the discount. And I just leave the rule how it is, because I started the month, I gave my link to 4 people and none of them ordered. And so I don't know any of these people from Beans. Most of the time they're from Facebook or Instagram, and I don't have a relationship with like almost all of them. So they give me their information. So don't be like hung up on it. It never hurts to ask. As long as you're confident, it usually goes really well. Yeah. And there was 2 people that were super skeptical, and one girl, she wanted to see my face, and now she wants to become a promoter. So it was like great, because we had a FaceTime, placed her order, and then she's the one, she's got a bunch of free product credit for next month from referrals. So
yeah, I do that too.
If they don't get on the phone with you, then they're really not that interested anyway.
I do it all through Facebook Messenger. I take everybody's info. Like the other day, I think I signed like 21 or something customers, and I didn't know a single one of them, and every single one of them gave me their info over Facebook Messenger. So I think it's just the confidence level, and when you message them and how you do it. If you ask them for the info instead of saying, well, I can do this, instead of saying, hey, what's this, this, and this, I'll get your profile started for you. It's all in how you approach it personally.
Yeah. And the less they have to think about it, all they have to think about is, do I want it or do I not want it? And then it takes them a split second to send the info, and then it's over. But every promoter I signed, even people I knew, I made them give me their info. So I like having that control of it. So yeah, it's just a preference.
It's a mindset thing, in my opinion, because and I'll tell people, in the past gig I was in, people literally would have to give me their socials to enroll.
Yeah,
but they would give them to me, but it's because of the way that I talk, and unless it's what I say, it's what you're putting out. It's like that inner universe juju stuff. If you're nervous and oh, they're not going to want to give it to me, that's what you're going to get back. So if you go in it, I always like to say, I'm going to have their order placed and their info before they even realize what happened, because I'm going to be so confident and just pushing out those responses and talking to them. So do not be afraid, and control the conversation in that sense, and go out with your confidence. And if you're not confident yet, fake it. That's something you can fake. If you do those voice memos 2, 3, 4, 5 times, it's going to click. So that's important. That was awesome. Thank you so much, Amanda.
And for my newbies too, something I don't know if you guys do, but I have them practice their voice memo to do the Thrive experience and explain something about themselves that's personal to the product. I have them practice in their own, a lot of my people are super big on Facebook mostly, but I'll have them practice in their own Facebook Messenger account. And then once they get it nailed how they want it, then they just forward it on, because they're probably not going to explain the Thrive experience multiple different ways every time. And that way they can fix it how they want. They're a little more confident, and then they can just forward it on. So,
and your confidence with that will grow, I promise. But it's so important. 6 months ago, I didn't voice message, and now if you are my friend or you're I will literally do it anywhere, anytime. People think I'm effing crazy because I'm always, and if I walk off, they're oh, she's voice memoing. People just know, it's like riding a bike. Just keep doing it. Even if you hate your voice, then don't listen to it back. Just do it and get that confidence. And that's going to help to get those people hooked, where they feel like you're a person and not just an account on Facebook. That makes that relationship. So thank you. I'm going to bop this over to Lindsay now. Except I can't see your face.
Unless if you're Lindsay and then you don't want a voice memo, but she's got some really great, the way she structures her words is her perfection, I think.
You don't have to be nice. I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm sorry if there are littles on here. Y'all do not have to be nice. That is just me. And I think that I don't want to call it my level of confidence, but just me, it's my personality. I can type it out and someone will be like, ooh, I felt that. And I'm like, yeah, you did. You know what I mean? That's just me. And I hate voice memos. Sorry, Christina, I was in the middle of texting you back. I'll get to it in a little bit. You're on here anyways. I just don't voice memo because I have complete and total squirrel syndrome, if you know me. And I will start voice memoing, and like Jen and Em can tell you, not a single voice memo goes in like one sentence. It's like 27, and they have to be like, where were you going with that? So that's just me. But hey, whatever. You gotta love it, right? Okay, so I loved all of that. I hopped on late, sorry y'all, but I loved every single thing that y'all had to say. The confidence definitely comes. I kind of want to jump over, and I don't see you. Shay, are you on here? I see you. Can I this isn't my Zoom. Can you unmute yourself, baby? I'm in lost territory. Are you there? Yay. Okay, perfect. So I kind of, and I apologize if you guys hear Xander. For those who don't know, I have a horse dog, and I'm in the middle of moving, so he's a little out of sorts with boxes and trying to find home. But so don't mind the background noises. So Shay, I kind of wanted to, when we were talking about what we wanted to do for the team chat, automatically you popped in my head, just because, can we just talk about boss ass babe real quick? Like, and I'm sorry y'all, if you have littles and you don't know me, I apologize. Holy shit. So why don't you explain what you've done in like not even 2 weeks for us real quick, if you don't mind, and how you did it. Like, what is your fire and what you did?
I think just like going back to what Amanda just said is having that confidence. It makes such a difference. And for me, coming in from, you know, another networking gig that I had done in the past, I didn't have that confidence because I didn't believe in that product. But after trying these products and seeing how they changed my life, I have no problem sharing this with everyone. And having that confidence that you're 100% behind the product is a game changer. And I honestly think that's why I've had so many people interested, so many people ready. Like, I have people that message me and say, please give me this magic that you have. And it's like, okay, yeah, I have no problem doing that. But just having the confidence that these products are going to change in this person's life, you know, and having that and sharing that and being 100% behind the product has made such a difference.
Okay, well, you didn't say what you did in the 2 weeks. You said how you did it. So I'm going to go ahead and toot your horn real quick. She went 4K not once, but twice on her and her hubby's account, earning both 4K bonuses, so a total of 8K. And she is like 2K away from her 12K bonus. So not only that, she is going to be earning that 12K bonus in 2 weeks, y'all. Like, go ahead and toot your own horn because I will toot it for you. So I want to ask you, what are, and you asked this, but it's like our favorite thing to ask, what are the 3 things in a day that you do? Because you're a mom, you're busy. I see you hustling. I see your pictures. I see your attraction marketing. Something that I love is what's so night and day from mine. And I see you on my timeline and I'm like, yes, I can relate to that. And I don't even have children. Like, bless up. I don't even have children and I'm just like, I can relate. So what are the 3 things that you do to make you so relatable and just like that you're just killing it?
I think that, like you said, like so many mentioned, is just having that self-development every morning, finding a way to like get yourself focused. And so whatever that may be, a podcast or just reading something out of a book, something that's going to get me focused for the day, like this, just seeing a bigger picture, you know, not just, okay, here's another day. How do I get some orders? It's, what's the big picture? How do I extend this to others? And so self-development, but just be really, time management is a big thing for me because I am a mom. I have 2 little babies and I'm always, you know, on the go. You never know what's going to happen, but just making sure that you set aside time in your day to put towards your business. And then thirdly, gosh, taking the products. I would say that people are there, whether you think it or not, and they're waiting to see, okay, does she really believe in this product? Does she really take these every day? Is she really relying on these? And, how long is it going to be before she stops? But it's just consistently doing this over and over. People are going to be attracted to that, and they're going to want that. And I think that's really why everything has come together for me right here, right now, is because I've just stayed so consistent with, self-development, and then focusing, making sure I have time in my day to put towards my business. And that could be while I'm out, in Target, or, just making sure that people know that, you still have a life, and that this is doable for them as well.
No, I love that. Not having to be on your phone, and I'm sorry about the dings, y'all. Not having to be on your phone 24/7 every single day. Something that Kelly said that I loved was when we were talking about how she's on her phone so much right now. Well, so this is my 5th month in this business. Our team is just shy of 100K, like my downline. So congratulations, y'all. 5 months. That's insane. But it has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with y'all. And I can say that it has to do with, I'm still on my phone. Am I going to be on my phone forever? No. Do I understand the time frame of it? Yes. So when Kelly said how she's on her phone so much right now, I was just like, yes. So when you said how you go to Target, you do this, you do that, but you're not always on your phone. Yes, you don't have to be always on your phone. Are there going to be times where you're going to sacrifice as you're building? Of course. We all do it. We all did it. But now I can put my phone down. Em goes, I know, because she takes her freaking forever some days to text my ass back. And Jen and I call her out for that, but it's all right. Like, you just put your phone down, you get to those times, and it's building this time right here. And I know some people, they'll message me, they're like, I feel like I'm drowning. We've all felt that way. It's getting past that, putting on your floaties and saying, I'm not drowning. The other day, I think it was Christina that texted me and said, become the storm. The storm isn't you. You are the storm. If you feel that way and you feel like you're drowning, take that self-development, go and do it, and put those floaties on and like freaking go into that storm and become it, because the storm isn't going to take you over. And if you feel like you're drowning like that, just know that self-development is a huge thing for that. So I really, really love that. My last thing that I want to ask you is if you could give one tip for a newbie starting out and hitting so fast, what would it be for one thing for you to focus on? Would it be rather like customers, promoters, how you're posting? What would it kind of be like your all around like number one thing?
Gosh, I try to do a balance of between products and the business side of it, because you never know who is watching and what is going to appeal to them. But my number one thing is to be detailed. For me, as a customer or as a person, I like details, and I think a lot of people do. They want to know, like, instead of just being like energy and weight loss, they want to know, okay, how did this work in your life? Like, what detail can you share? And like, even yesterday, being able to say, my check has gone, I've, been able to increase it 7 times the amount I did when I've had my first paycheck. Like, saying that kinds of stuff. Or even like with the business, like right now, getting this bonus is going to pay my rent. Like, when you give them a visual or, include those details, it changes things for them, and they're able to maybe see it in a different light. And I think if you just make sure you share details instead of it being so vague, it's going to appeal to so many more people.
I love that. Thank you so much. I seriously adore you. You are like precious, and I'm like obsessed with you, but it's okay. Like, no big deal. We're allowed to be obsessed with each other. It's a thing. I'm declaring it. I have one more person that I want to chat with. I can't unmute you, Jess. So can you unmute yourself, baby?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yay. Perfect. Okay. So I kind of want to ask you the same thing. Go ahead, and first you talk about another boss ass babe. Like, hello. I seriously go into my back office and I'm like, okay. You and your team are like killing it, and it's amazing, and I'm so proud of you. So why don't you go ahead and kind of say what you've accomplished this month so far in such a short amount of time, and then also your 3 favorite things that you do in a day.
Okay, so my team is doing very good. We did hit 12K, which is nice, but we're not stopping there. So that's just the beginning for us. And I think too, like, what I'd love to say is yes, it happened quickly, but I would also say that it's not as quick as others. And it's really important to be inspired by other people, but not compare to other people. And so for me, like when I came in, I wanted nothing more than to be M. Hastings, but I'm not M. Hastings, you know? So like I had to take the vibe she was giving, soak in all that I could, and know that my journey was going to be different. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure she went 12K in a day, but like that was besides the point. Like I have to, so like my encouragement probably today, even though that's not what you asked, is like there's so many people probably listening on here and they're like, what are these people doing that I'm not? And they're already like spinning their head into feeling like they're inadequate or that they can't. And I feel like it's in like literally possible for everyone that's listening in tonight to like go to the next level and the level after that and the level after that. It just might look different than everybody else, but their story should push you and inspire you and make you know that it is 100% possible. You know, I told someone that signed up this week, I sent her like that M's post about the 4K in a week or whatever, and I was like, this is amazing. She's like, what am I doing wrong? I'm like, you're not doing anything wrong. Just know that this means it's possible for you. We have 12 days left. She did it in a week. You can do it, kind of thing. So I just feel like I want to say that, like, just to encourage people out there. But 3 things that I do every day. I'm gonna not lie, Katie, and I probably will say her name wrong, like Panetta or whatever. I don't even know how to say it. I'm sorry, Katie.
Katie.
She is like, I don't know who she is, but she's been a godsend to me. I literally like, I don't really have like a great self-development, like structured time, like set apart, but I'm really trying because, you know, she preaches it so strongly and you can tell by her life and by her business that it's something that like she can live out. So that's something that I'm really trying to work on. I have 3 boys and they are loud. They are so loud. So every time I put a podcast on, I swear I don't hear one word. And they're never gone. So like I never have time away from them. So like it's so hard to like find that time, but it is very crucial. I do think she is so right on point to like push that all the time because it really does help your mind when you start to get discouraged or doubt. It kind of shifts you in. So I try to do my self development. And I think it was Ariel. Like I honestly just keep looking at everyone who is on this team and trying to soak in from them. She did a live one day and it was a light bulb moment for me because I kept hearing self-development. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't have time to read a book. Like, and I remember, I think it was Ariel, like she dances in the kitchen with her kids. Like that makes her soul feel alive. Do something that makes your soul feel alive. And that's self-development. And so like when she said that, it was just like such a light bulb moment. Like if it's driving with your windows down and blaring music or, you know, like don't over business part of it and the growing part of it. And so I've been trying to find those nuggets of time to self-develop. And honestly, consistency, I feel like is my strongest, probably ever since. Like even my last gig, I don't know if I would have ever left it if I never talked to him because I was so damn consistent that I like kept going. And even though like it wasn't working for me, I just kept posting and kept doing my thing. So like I feel like consistency goes a long way, but I also noticed that it's not just posting, it's consistent in your life, like consistently believing in the product, consistently reminding yourself, holy shit, I like work off my phone. Like, holy crap, like this is actually happening. So like I think sometimes you have to stop and like give yourself those moments where you're like, guys, what are we doing? Like we literally help people get healthy and get paid for it. Like, is this for real? And so like being consistent and like just reminding yourself what you have your hands on, I think it's just as important as getting those posts out. You know, I see a lot of people that can post all day, but they don't really believe in the product or the company and they eventually fade. And it's not the posting that does it. And so I feel like reminding myself and being consistent with what I have my hands on is important. And then gosh, third, I don't know. I feel like self affirmations, is that what they call it? Like I'm really working on that. I'm super insecure. Everyone's talking about confidence, and I'm like opposite. I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God, like I'm like super insecure, and I'm trying to like speak that life over myself. Like I can do this. You are worthy. You do deserve this. You are capable. Like all those different things are very important in my personal. And so I don't know, like if you aren't seeing your business grow or things like that, I'm a firm believer of stepping back and saying, okay, what needs to grow then? Like what needs to change? And for me, when I joined this business, I knew I was burnt and feeling really doubtful and insecure that I had to take that time to like remind myself of who I am and, you know, why I can't have these same things and just kind of remind myself of those affirmations. So like those are the 3 things that I would say are important to me, you know, on a daily basis.
You're amazing. I literally have chills. Every time I talk to you and you're in my inbox, I just fall in love with you even more. Like you're amazing. And I love all of that. So my last thing that I want to ask you is what is your most important thing? I know you kind of talked about the 3 things that you do daily that are for your business, but if you had to give somebody new who's just starting out one tip to grow their business, what would it be?
My favorite word right now is energy. I feel like you can post all day, but if you don't express energy in your posts, like, and in your pictures, I know that sounds stupid, but there's certain filters that make a picture look more alive than others. And so like, I talked to my sister about this today. I'm like, go take a bright picture with energy. Like energy, people, we live in like such a negative world right now. Like everything's dark, everything's negative, everything's so like depressing all the time. So when they're scrolling the newsfeed and boom, like Chloe George, like I know I'm name dropping like everybody, but this is what I do all day is like stalk everyone. And she is the prime example of energy. If you ever want to see what energy looks like in a picture, you go to her page and boom, you're like, oh my gosh, you're energized. Like it like comes off of your news feed and people see that. And so I feel like bringing energy, you don't have to have the right words. You don't even have to have, you know, the perfect selfie or, you know, whatever going to like for you. You don't even have to have a big network, but if you can bring positive energy to someone's newsfeed, you have one step ahead than anybody else in the world does. And so for me, it would be like consistently being energy on people's feed, like whatever that looks like, whether it's just how you post pictures or what your words you're saying. You know, you can say, oh, these 3 steps will change your life, but that doesn't have any energy to it. People just scroll right on by. That's nothing to them. Like it's just another sales. And so, you know, it doesn't even matter if you have the perfect wording down, like you have to have an energy about you. And I think that like, I don't know, so that to me is like the main thing. And I like blinders on, like I said, like watch everybody to get like what they can inspire you for, but put your blinders on. Your story's different. You're gonna, you know, grow different. It's gonna take longer, but like your end result is not to be 4K in 2 days. It's for you to be 4K. It's for you to build a business. It's for you to grow in your life and in yourself and to experience freedom. So you're still going to hit those goals. It just might be at a different time frame. So you can't let that get in your way. You keep consistent, you keep your blinders on, you keep moving forward.
I love that so much. And I love you. And I like, seriously, because every time we always talk, we say that we're not in this business. Well, obviously the money is great when you're in the business, but we're not in this business for that. We're in this business to change lives. And when that shows through your pictures and your energy and stuff like that, it's so much more. I know people ask all the time, their question is, how do you do it so fast? Honestly, those who grow fast have never, their posts aren't about how can they build their paychecks. Their post is about how many lives they can change. They're not even just their posts, just the way that they're working their business is based on how many lives in their team they can change and how many more people are going to join their team that they can change their lives. And to me, I wake up every morning and I look at my back office, not to look at my numbers, but to look at the names to remind me that that's how many people's lives I get to be a part of today and I get to help change. So if you are ever questioning why you're in this business, I highly recommend doing that. Not even looking at your numbers. Like the numbers are great. And as Kelly said, our volume, it's crazy how fast it stacks up. But look at the names and look at everybody who's on this journey with you and know that you get to do this journey with them and they get to impact your life and you get to impact theirs. And that's the true value of residual income to me. So I love that. Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Jess. I love you both. And I'm so proud of you guys. And you want to take it over?
Yes. Super quick. I'm just going to have, because we've already been on for an hour, I'm just going to have Megan end us off. And I can't see you because I have it on speaker view, but I just want to ask you super quick because we keep getting questions and I love to get other people's opinions. I just want you to super quick talk about like what attraction marketing means to you and how like you use that on a daily basis. Like when you wake up, like what is your mindset and what is attraction marketing to you? Like how, when you're posting, when you're talking to people, what does it mean for you on a daily basis with your business?
Okay. Hey guys. So, truthfully, like self-discipline has become so huge for me because my mindset starts the moment I don't pick my phone up and the moment I start a podcast. I used to get on Facebook first thing in the morning and start scrolling and start building relationships and start answering messages and start doing all of this. But, by 10 a.m., I was already mentally drained because I hadn't already poured into myself. So before you even pick up your phone and look at your messages, put on a podcast, listen to something, go to YouTube, look up something inspirational, get your mind right before you even start trying to pour into anyone else or answer any questions. That's huge for me. And, I was going to interview Kayla tonight because she went 12K in 3 weeks. She just got her boyfriend to 4K and she's absolutely amazing. So we'll have to save that for another day. But, I want to let you guys know, I went 40K and I'm not a mass enroller. But the thing is, I work really intentionally about the people that I do network with. So it's more, it's always a numbers game because, that's just plain and simple. But it's quality over quantity in a lot of cases. I have a lot of my team members coming to me and they're like, hey, how do I answer this question? And it's a screenshot of a girl who is super negative and already, downing the business. Don't even waste your time. That is so draining. So, I honestly, like, coming from a different company, I have such a fuck it mentality now where I'm like, look, I'm not going to waste my time. I know what value I have to add, and I want all my girls to know what value they have to add and how worthy they are and what they have in their hands. So, it's just such a beautiful thing. So that's what I do. I literally pour into myself before I do anything at any point in time. And, the other thing is, like, don't compare your journey. Get inspiration from people, but if you're not a mass enroller, first of all, it may be because you're not talking to enough people. But secondly, don't focus on the numbers so much. As long as you're getting up every single day and working your business with intention and actually doing it, not just saying you're doing it, but genuinely doing it, you will see success. And, I just got on a call with Chloe today and I was like, God, every single person that I've ever met can be good in this business. The thing is, everyone has such different learning styles. Find the way that works for you and run with it. Like Lynn says, if voice messages don't work for you, don't do them. But if you've never tried, you'll never know. So don't count yourself short. Don't sell yourself short, and just know how absolutely amazing you are. And, everybody has the potential to be 200K.
I love that so much. I'm going to end it off with that. But just like she said, if you, and I'm kind of combining what a couple of people said, if you can commit to yourself every single day, I like to compare it to the gym. Okay, like when you get serious and you buckle down, you say every single day or 5 days a week, 4 days a week, I'm going to go to the gym. It doesn't happen automatically, but it's that effort of sticking to it is when you start to see results. And if you can honestly wake up every single day with intention and you can create a form of a schedule, whether you're home with your kids, whether you work full time, whatever your schedule may be, go at it with intent and stick to the same things every day. Intentionally work every day. Pour into your business every day. Do your self-development. Know that you're posting. And if you go out there and you truly show your life and you're caring and you're loving and you're that one ray of light on somebody's newsfeed, that can change your entire business, but it goes with sticking with it. So ask yourself, hold yourself accountable and say, what am I doing every day? Am I honestly, finishing my 6 every day? Am I honestly doing the same things over and over and over? And yeah, it can take time to see results. But like I said, it's just like the gym. If you go one time, you're not all of a sudden going to lose 20 pounds and be like, heck yeah. Like, no, it takes time. So get that routine down, get that self-development down, and pour into your business every single day. Talk to more people, grow your network. Like she said, focus on who you're talking to. Don't waste your time. I never do. If somebody's in my inbox and they're super negative, I don't even respond anymore because like I don't have time for it. So choose who you talk to and get yourself a routine down. And I promise you, whether it's in a month or 2 months or 3 months, if you stick to something and you're constantly growing yourself, you're going to see results. It might not be the same path as somebody else, but you will see them. So thank you so much for everybody that hopped on tonight. I love you guys to death. I'm going to upload this and then I will post it on the team page, but I hope that y'all have a great night. And the opportunity event is tomorrow. So make sure that you've shared that or invited your potentials, and we will see you there. Good night, guys.